Hey guys, Uncommon Ramen here. Recently, Hero Realms has brought out some new and cool content for their game, and I figured I would do some videos for that. We're going to do two videos actually, because we also got a larger expansion, which is supposed to be an extension to Ruins of Thandar, I believe. Thrandar or Thandar or something like that. To further the campaign. Oh, I guess the name is right here. I could read it. Ruin of Thandar. Yeah, Thandar. Excuse me. But I wanted to take a look at a couple of smaller things first because they did release a thing called the Ancestry, Hero Realms Ancestry. So I'll just kind of show that right now. Focus. Okay, so that's Hero Realms Ancestry, and they also released new I don't want to call them boosters because they're not really random, but they are basically boosters or blisters. That's what they are. They're blisters. So new blisters called Journeys. We have Discovery, Hunters, Conquest, and Travelers. So we're going to take a look at those before we look at the bigger expansion, which is called The Lost Village and is the follow-up to Ruin of Thandar. So if you're a big Hero Realms fan, this is a great new addition. So let's take a look really quickly at Ancestry. So I'm just going to open up the rulebook here. It talks about the new expansions for Journeys and Lost Village. And then on the inside here, it goes into kind of what we should expect from Ancestry. I wonder if the back's... Yeah, okay, so just really quickly put that there so that you guys can read it. Same thing. And then we'll take a look at the cards. So what we have here, obviously, is different... you don't have to just be a human, I guess. So you can be a dwarf, you can be an elf, you can be an ogre, you can be an orc, or you can be a small folk. And so these come with modifiers, obviously. In this particular case, you actually start with 15 less health, and there is nothing else to it. There's no special anything. For the orc, you start with 4 plus health, and you may not acquire the card closest to the market deck. For the ogre, you actually start with plus 10 health, but everything costs you 1 more in the market. For the elf, you start with minus 8 health, and you draw 1 less card in your opening hand. And for the dwarf, you start with plus 6 health with no extra benefits. And it seems like, wow, that's really a heavy detriment. Like, for instance, the small folk is minus 15 health with no benefits. What do I do with that? How do I, how is that good? Why wouldn't I just start as a human? Well, they also give you these cards that specifically go to each of these, I guess, races, because that's what they are. So the starting deck for the person who chooses the dwarf is going to also, I believe, also include things like Hammer Strike, Hammer, and Pick. The elves are going to start with Elven Wisdom, Elven Grace, and Sunstone Brooch. And this is just what I'm assuming. I'm sure if I had bothered to read the rules, it could tell me more information on that. But essentially, it's a way to kind of change up the gameplay, not only with the type of character you choose to be as far as skill, but also, you can change up the race that you're playing as well. You don't just have to be a human mage. You can now be an ogre mage. Let's see. This Ancestry pack allows you to play as blah blah blah. Each race consists of 4 cards. Setup: when playing a non-human race, get the race's 4 cards, place the Ancestry card and the ancestral skill or ability card into play in front of you. Modify your starting health as indicated. Neither of these cards can ever go to your discard pile. Add your 2 cards from your starting. Oh, okay. So that's what it basically is. What it is, except for one minor difference. One of these things starts in play. Your skill. So even though you start as an elf with, where did the elf go? -8 health. You also, and you draw 1 less card in your opening hand. You also start with this skill in play forever, which is actually phenomenal. And you will also receive these 2 cards in your deck as well. Also, which is really great. So it kind of changes up the way you play the game, and it lets you play as something other than a human, I guess. So it's just a very interesting addition to it. We'll go over the other cards really quickly. If you are an ogre, you get Crush You, Shiny Rock, and War Club. For the orc, you get Battle Rage, Bully, and Ragged Blade. And then for the small folk, you get Hide, Burgle, and Friendly Banter. And it just adds a little bit of flavor to the campaign and a little bit of flavor to your normal games and whatnot. Because you can use it even outside the cooperative campaign. You can use it as part of the competitive play as well, just to change things up and spice it up. And that is the Ancestry pack. And now we're at 6 minutes, so maybe I will cut this into 3 videos. So the next video, we're going to be taking a look at journeys. If you like the video, please go ahead and like and subscribe. And obviously, at any point in time, you can leave a comment. I will try to get back to your comments as soon as I can. And until next time, guys, peace.